have with us North Central Canton. They just finished as runner-up in the 2026 Amos Alonzo Stag Bowl. We have with us head coach Brad Spencer, as well as wide receiver Thomas Skokna, wide receiver Jack Rummell, linebacker Danny Nuccio, and defensive lineman John Sullivan. Coach, we'll open with comments from you about today's game, please. Microphone should pick you up, just enunciate out.
Thanks, JJ. Appreciate it. Obviously, not the result that we came here to accomplish, but you know what? We're so blessed. You know, Lord's put us in great position to be able to play this great game and spread His word and what life should really be about, which is treating other people great, supporting other people, having great relationships with people, and that's what our program's about. And win or lose, we're still able to do that. And God's going to use this for good in these guys' lives. And our program is about going much further than a football game result. It's about developing all-American husbands, fathers, and teammates. And in spite of this, I know these seniors, these guys that are up here with me, they're going to take great relationships, friendships from Cardinal football, great experiences, put on by John Schnell and all the folks on the playoff committee, and they make it a great experience. So I'm not going to sit up here and feel sorry for myself, feel sorry for our seniors. They're an unbelievable group. The bottom line is, as the head coach, I didn't get it done today. I didn't prepare these guys well enough. And I've got to be better than that. You can look at the stat sheet, and if you guys have a brain, you'll figure out why this went where it went. But at the end of the day, as head coach, I've got to do a better job for these seniors, and I'm not going to let them feel sorry for themselves. I'm not going to let them feel bad about it or feel that it's their fault. Like I said, God uses all things for good, and I think the Lord's bigger than a football outcome. I don't know that He really cares who wins and loses here, but it's about these guys having great lives and experiences, and we had a great experience this week, and we want to thank John and the committee, the city of Canton for putting this on. We're 0-2 here, so I'm ready to leave.
Okay, guys, we'll go ahead and crack it open to questions. We'll default to 2 questions apiece. If you don't have 2 questions, ask your one and move it along. And if we still have more, 10, 15 minutes just. If we still have more, we'll ask them, but then we'll close up right about there. We'll start right here. Please announce yourself and speak into the microphone.
Hey, Paul Johnson, Chicago Tribune. Brad, can you just comment on the job that Donovan did to get you guys off to such a good start? I mean, it really felt like that was a really big thing for you guys to get off to get that big play right away, and then get the second touchdown too from him. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. We had some great momentum going. Donovan has had a great sophomore year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young pieces on that offense, and I thought they came into this game and have done a great job this year, holding their own, holding their water. And the guys up front, our offensive line, of course, was doing their job. And so to replace 4 starters on the O-line and still have the number 1 scoring offense, I don't know if we will after this game, but having the number 1 scoring offense coming in the country is remarkable. Donnie's a great player, great young man. Rum and Skokes were doing a great job blocking for him on the perimeter. But, yeah, really proud of him. And we just kind of lost the momentum, lost the mojo there with the turnovers. It's obviously something you can't do, in football. The turnover battle is usually going to be the determinant of your winner and loser. It's very rare that you can lose that battle and win a football game. So those are things that, I know our young guys will work on and, we'll get better for. But again, like I said, so many positives here, and for the game to go the way that it did for us, our guys still have a chance at the end, I thought was phenomenal. I thought our defense just was unbelievable. If you'd told me, we could hold them to 24 points, I would have thought we'd win 10 out of 10 times. Mm-hmm. But, again, not going to take away from what our defense did. And they had a great game plan. Coach Durking was unbelievable with his staff the last 2 weeks. Nuccio and JP, their leadership has been unbelievable. Tuesday night before we left, I walked into one of our meeting rooms at 11 o'clock at night, and there's 35 defensive players in there watching film. That's what it's about. And it's great that they're watching the film, but in my opinion, it's even better that they're together, and sharing fellowship and having a great time together. And that's, why we were able to be in this game. Our defense really held strong. Had some unbelievably great stops, in their own end, and that gave us a chance.
Mm-hmm. More big picture, just, obviously you've gone through this before, wins and losses in these games. Are there parallels to them? Are there things, is that where the culture that you try to build comes into play, like when you're trying to get over one of these? You and then maybe Thomas, if you could comment too.
Sure. Well, Canton hasn't been good to us, so
Right.
we need to change that.
Right.
I think there are. It's really hard, and I think this is why you go back and you appreciate what Coach Karras and Mount Union and Coach Leipold and Whitewater has done, being able to win multiple national titles in a row, continue to go back to Stag Bowls. It's really hard. It's hard to win football games, in a long season against football teams. There's no doubt River Falls has been a hot team, and their quarterback deservedly, won the Ghilardi. Parallels, I'm not sure. I do think, though, there'll be lessons that we take out of this. The guys that were, out there on the field tonight, there's a lot of hurting, and they're going to take things that we can use, in a couple weeks when we get back to work.
Yeah, defense played their hearts out. I think it just comes down to turnover battle. You can't turn the ball over that many times and expect to win a football game. I've got to do a better job as the offense captain, getting our guys more prepared and leading them better throughout the game. I take ownership for that.
Matt Lofgren, Daily Herald. For the offensive guys, it just felt like obviously every turnover is costly, but that first turnover down in the red zone could have been a two-score game right off the rip there, right at the red zone. Just talk to me about the momentum from that one and not what could have been necessarily, but what the implications led to after that.
Yeah, that's huge. We fumble the ball. Next play, they get an explosive, and the whole momentum switches. They have the ball at the 50 instead of us being up 14-0. So, obviously you can't have those mistakes, but, it happens and is what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of about, next play mentality, even though, it's a big turnover. Coach Spence kind of said something last year about it, in the national championship last year, we turned it over the first drive, and the game ended up going our way. So just kind of being able to go to the next play and not think about it too much.
And then for the defense, you guys came up with two massive red zone three. In coming together in those moments, just talk to me about the defense stepping up and getting the job done in those.
Yeah, Coach talks about it on the sideline. We're the best red zone defense in the country, and we got to act like it. And situational football is what wins big games like this, and we take pride in that in practice and preparation. And I'm just super proud of the guys and how they responded when they were driving the ball into our red zone, and we stopped them. So super proud of the guys, super proud of the fight, and just didn't go our way. But yeah.
Yeah, just to basically say what Danny said. We preach it every day, and although it didn't go the way tonight, but there's a lesson to be learned from this, and that is that when it starts getting hard, we pull our teammates up to the standard. There's no pointing fingers or anything. We just pull each other up.
I'm Greg Thomas from D3Football.com. Coach, we know that every team is different. What are one or two of the special or unique things that you'll take from this group this season?
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate that question. Gives me an opportunity to speak about these guys. I thought our seniors this year were super unique in terms of being able to welcome new players, new starters into the fold. Everybody knew who we were replacing at quarterback. Everybody knew we had to replace two All-American O-linemen. our defense throughout the entire year just had injury after injury. I think we started 6 or 7 different defensive backs throughout the season. So I think their ability in the offseason to bring people together, have shared experiences together, they definitely push the needle in ways that I think our program will continue to see and continue to push forward because they've created new standards, not just on the field or with results, but by how our program operates and what the standard is. One of the things one of our seniors, Calvin Lavery, said early in one of those meetings in January, and it just struck me, was if you're a senior in this program, you have a responsibility to be a leader. It's not an option. And I thought that represents Cardinal football to a T. Everybody has to own their piece of the puzzle. When we talk about, we use that symbolism all the time with puzzle pieces. Whether you're filming, you're charting, you're catching touchdowns, you're making sacks, or you're calling plays, you have to own your job. And, we like to think we use football as a vehicle, and I think that's going to benefit these guys going forward.
Matt Crossland with the Chronicle at North Central. This question's mostly for the seniors. Tough loss today, but you guys have been, a big part of this program and for the school. You've been a part of some of the best D3 football teams we've seen, so thank you guys for your contributions. But just kind of take time and reflect about your time, both on the team and at the school at North Central.
Yes, start down there. Okay.
It's just such a blessing to come to North Central, not too far away from my hometown. I honestly didn't even know it was that close to me when I committed, and every single moment in this program has been an absolute blessing. I've made lifelong friends. I've learned how to be a man, a father, and a husband, and I'm just so blessed, and I love these guys. I love these seniors, and I wouldn't want to trade it for the world. So,
Yeah, I would say my time here is been kind of cool. Just being part of such great teams and being around such great people, it changes something about myself that I want to strive to be like that guy. And I hope I did that in some sort of capacity. And I hope I was that guy to our younger guys on the team as well. I hope they can just keep passing that down. And if there's one thing I would take away about North Central is that it's not just about the football, it's about the people. Everything, after today, these relationships are going to last me for my whole life.
Yeah, I would just echo what Nuccio said. Our mission at North Central has become All-American husbands, fathers, and teammates, and I think everything that Coach Spencer and the rest of the coaching staff taught us and put us through I think it's set me up for life, and couldn't be more thankful for him and this program and North Central College for everything they did for me. So, yeah, I'm just thankful.
I'm fortunate enough to have one more year of eligibility left, so Coach Spencer and North Central's not done with me yet. I'm excited to come back next year and work with this team to reach new heights, and yeah.
Gabe Parker, WONC. Skokes, you've been here 4 years, and you're not the most domineering figure out there, but you worked your way up and grinded and then had an incredible season. I think you led D3 in receiving touchdowns. So just talk about your career arc and then just what this season meant to you and how you just reached the next level.
Yeah, obviously coming in as a freshman, sophomore, I didn't play very much, but I think that just speaks to how good our program is. They got good guys at D'Lo, Lambo. Those guys are all great athletes ahead of me, and then just put my head down, kept working, and finally got my time to shine. And when you got teammates that I have, it's very easy to be successful. They push you every day. Guys like Rum, guys like Miles, Calvin, they push you every day, and I think they're the reason for all my success. I couldn't put more thanks to those guys. Yeah, they definitely are the reason I've had my success.
What's up, guys? Gene Simmons, OHSFBmedia.com. This is for Nuccio.
Sir.
You guys did a pretty good job in the first half. You did it. Possession time was yours. Just going your way that first half. Then came in the second half. Tell it 2 halves. Could you tell us what was going on from a defensive standpoint? How it turned the other way?
Yeah, so when we got to the bench, every time, I mean, Coach Durking's message was 0-0 ball game, every single play, every single snap. So just keeping that in mind. I mean, they can't score, they can't win. So just trying our best to fend off that offense. I mean, credit to them. They have a stud quarterback, some stud receivers, and some big O linemen. So they did a great job, and I'm just super proud of the guys and how we fought and how we battled adversity throughout that entire game. And I'm just, again, super proud of them. So.
Anybody else with questions? One right here.
Dalton Mott with WONC Sports and North Central. Coach Spencer, I know you said that McNeil is only in his sophomore season. We're getting Rummell back again next year. Of course, you don't just move on from a loss like this, but how do you feel about the future of this program?
Great.
I love it. Any other questions? Well, Coach, you get the final 30 seconds. You get to spout about this program, talk a little bit about these guys here, what made this team special.
Yeah, it's our seniors. It's these young men up here. Their commitment to each other, their commitment to our program, our standards, and pushing the needle forward and leaving a mark. You know, we say in Cardinal football that leaders should be remembered, not missed. You know, and for these guys, it's not goodbye. It's just see you later, and seeing a little bit of a different maybe venue or outfit. But these guys have left a mark. They've shown us what it is to be great teammates. They've held our standard. I mean, undefeated in conference, 4 Stag Bowls, 2 national titles. I mean, countless All-Americans and records. Again, for me to sit up here and feel sorry for us would be absolutely ridiculous. We've been blessed to be in the position that we're in, to tell the world about North Central College and these young men, and I hope showcase Division III football in a great way, you know, because college football needs it. The levels above us we all know are going the wrong direction. And I think if you look at this, and when River Falls comes in here, like, this is what college football should be. It should be young men who are loving their teammates, committing to their teammates, staying for 4 years, playing for the love of the game, not playing for a car or for millions of dollars. And I don't blame the 18s and 22-year-olds at that level for that, because that's what they've been put into by adults in leadership positions. And that's not their fault. So I think college football needs to fix itself, and there's the right people that can do it. We see them on ESPN all the time, some former coaches. But these guys are what college football should be about, and the young men they're going to walk in from River Falls are what college football should be about. It's playing for the love of the game, playing in snow. I mean, both sides before the game had coaches shoveling the field. That's what humanity is about. That's what God put us on the earth to do, is to treat other people right, to do right, and to make the people around you better. And congrats to Coach Walker. He's a wonderful man from how I've gotten to know him in the past couple of weeks, and they did a great job this year, and we all see the value in their quarterback and what he brings to the table. But you had 2 teams out there that love each other and that I think represented college football the way that it should be represented. Shovels in their hands, working, grinding it out because they love each other.
Well, Cardinals, congratulations on the fine season. On behalf of the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium Visit Canton and Division III Football Committee, thank you for allowing us to watch you play. Congratulations.
Thanks, JJ. Appreciate it.